Welcome to WILA, or What I'm Looking At. This podcast that you're in right now is a podcast about what I'm looking at. Have you been here before? I feel like I've seen you here, but I could be wrong. But I could be right. Have you? Have you been here? If you haven't, welcome. And if you have, welcome back. If you have been here before, you know this already, so bear with me. But if you're new, this podcast is meant to relax you, to entertain you, to bore you, to charm you, and maybe even to put you to sleep. Freyja's here with me today. She is a Chihuahua. She's my dog. Or rather, she's a dog. I mean, she is my dog, but I don't think in the way that she belongs to me. She is simply with me, and I keep her with me. Right now, we're both wearing puffer jackets, and at the moment, she is burrowed into my puffer jacket, and she might have gone to sleep already. But if you hear any rustling around and you wonder, what is that? Then it might be a little Chihuahua in a puffer jacket rustling around in my puffer jacket. See, she's doing it right now. Now, instead of being slightly annoyed, you can have that visual, and it's a very cute visual. So instead of being annoyed, you can be delighted by the visual of a Chihuahua in a puffer jacket cuddling up into a different puffer jacket. Because it is cold. My hair's wet. It was kind of a bad choice. My hair's wet, it's December, and it's cold. But I'm lucky to have a puffer jacket, and I'm lucky to be talking into this microphone right this very second. So I hope that you are warm, or if you're cold, I hope you want to be cold, or at least can appreciate the invigoration of being cold, like I sometimes do in the water. Sometimes when you're swimming in the sea, it's so cold that you feel like your skin is hot. It gets to this point where it's sort of prickling, and instead of cold, it just feels hot. It's a odd sensation because you know that you're cold, but you feel like you're not. It's probably dangerous, I don't know, but I don't want to look it up. Today, this morning, I received a tree in the mail, and the tree is called a Norfolk pine. Norfolk, Norfolk pine. It's actually a tropical tree. I don't even think it's a pine, but it looks kind of like a pine. It looks like it has needles. And I got this tree because I wanted to have sort of a Christmas tree presence in the house, but it didn't sit well with me to buy an expensive tree cut down and dying and then throw it away. So I read on the internet that these Norfolk pines can be kept indoors all season long, and during the holiday season they look festive, and you can put little lights and decorations on the branches, and so that's what we're gonna do. And this pine, Norfolk pine, I think it's actually Norfolk Island pine, it came in the mail this morning. The DPD driver was struggling with the box because it was a pretty large box, and I said, a tree is in there, and he said, oh really? And I said, yeah. So I hope that was the most exciting thing he's delivered today. Actually, no, I hope he's delivered even more exciting stuff today. I hope his day is really remarkable and fun. So I'll keep you updated on the tree. Well, I hope I will. Sometimes I say I'll keep you updated, and then I forget to keep you updated. I think I said I would keep you updated on the Irish sea moss a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't said a word about that Irish sea moss since then, and I'm doing it now. I've pulverized it in a blender, and I've added water and then put it in the fridge, and now it's sort of a gel consistency, and I add it to smoothies. I haven't really figured out how to use it otherwise, because though it doesn't taste like anything, it kind of grosses me out, so I just put it in the smoothie and I don't notice it. But it's been a little cold lately, so I haven't really been in the mood for a smoothie. But maybe today, it's Saturday, so I'm gonna take it easy. Well, I say that, but maybe okay, I feel like my energy is a little bit chaotic at the moment, and I need to calm it down. Take a breath. This is your invitation to also take a breath if you're getting a little keyed up on my energy. I just back there thought it was a little funny that I keep saying things and then contradicting myself. So anyway, I probably won't take it easy today because I find it very difficult to take it easy in the periods of time when I'm not intentionally taking it easy for a short period of time, such as for meditation or making a podcast with you. So, but I do have some bananas that I need to use and some berries, so it's enough of a reason. And by now the Irish sea moss, I think, should really be used up. I think it's a little past the expiration date, but I'll just give it a smell and hope for the best. I'll try to keep you posted about the tree, because I hate to say this, but during the delivery process, I think the tree underwent a minor trauma, and its branch got snapped, and it's not fully disconnected, but it is hanging at a 90-degree angle, and I don't think that's what it's meant to be doing, but it's kind of started to repair itself like a little band-aid, because there's some sap which accumulated on the break, and so I don't know, I'm in two minds about it. I think maybe I should cut it off, but then I'm thinking, can it recover? I don't know. Can it just stay like that? So maybe I'll leave it and just see if it turns color and dies. In other news, I was just looking at my 2022 wrap up on my podcast, what's it called? Portal? Podcast dashboard. And it seems that this podcast is reaching a few of you, and I'm very happy about that. So thank you for listening, and also thank you for anyone who has subscribed to the $3.99 per month option. It's, as I've said before, a really good way to support me in making this podcast. I do spend time making this podcast and editing it and uploading it onto the computer and the internet for you, and if you do end up subscribing, you can get all 173 or 9, I forget which, episodes that I've recorded in the past. So you have all those. They're all behind a paywall now. Never thought I would have a paywall for anything, but I do. And while I'm here doing this self-promotion kind of thing, I might as well tell you that I have a YouTube channel, and it's not related to what I'm looking at, but it's related to death and dying. And actually, I have been uploading WILA episodes onto the YouTube channel, and I just had the idea this morning that I want to kind of make some more atmospheric videos peppered in to the channel, and my idea is just to have some, views of a scene of a day with no talking or no narration or anything, and maybe even just set to some music that I make particularly for the visuals, and it will be called something like Just Looking Around, or I don't know. The idea is just to give a snapshot of a time and landscapes and things like that. So that actually would be related to what I'm looking at, because I'm just looking at stuff, and so are you if you watch the video. Maybe by now I'll have uploaded one. Who knows what can happen? So many things happen every day of everyone's lives, and you never know. By the time you listen to this, it could be up there on the YouTube sphere. Oh, but the YouTube channel is called Steady Waves, SteadyWaves, Steady Waves, and it's called that because my center is called Steady Waves Center for Contemplation. One other thing I wanted to say just in this ramble portion of the show, and if this is your first time, this ramble portion of the show is simply to ease you into the podcast for what I'm looking at. It probably takes, just as long to ramble as to look at something, but some people find it really relaxing to just have this voice floating over and not really know what it's saying and not really caring what it's saying, but it might be relaxing. So anyway, a lot of people have told me that I need to get on this TikTok app, and I'm not particularly keen on extra social medias. I feel like deleting all of my social medias forever, but I don't know. I think you can relate to this, but I just go back and forth. Like, I'm fearful that no one will see what I do if I delete my social media. How's anyone supposed to know what I'm up to if I don't use these platforms? And there are some valuable connections that I make on there, so I just go back and forth. But anyway, I did eventually get a TikTok because I found that it's very easy just simply to make a little clip of the YouTube video that I upload and then also upload it to TikTok and not edit it or anything. I just put it up there. Very minimal effort and more people might see it. And I just happened to look on the discovery page or whatever it's called, and these ghost videos were recommended to me. They're like people who have cameras inside of their haunted houses, and they're all, the stuff is falling and ghosts are appearing on the cameras, and I'm not daft. I know that probably they're all fake, but it is pretty fun it's addicting to watch, and it's bad. This is why TikTok is so successful, because as we all know, it does really listen to us, but it also learns what we like and what we don't like, and it has a clever way of hooking you in and keeping you entertained. So I have to be extremely vigilant with myself that I don't go on it at all. I don't go on it every day, but when I do go on it, I only will go on it when I absolutely am trying to do nothing but relax. And even then, it's questionable if this is the right activity to be doing. If you feel like it, send me a message about what TikToks you like. Ghost talk, death talk, those are my two talks that I like, death talk and ghost talk. But I have a feeling I would like other things like ASMR talk, like soap talk. I don't know. There's probably so many different talks that I've never thought of that I would love. Alright, folks, without further ado, I am going to look at something, and from the title of this episode you will know that I'm looking at some notes to self. And I haven't been taking many notes to myself because I have lately been doing the notes to myself on my laptop, because I seem to always be on my laptop these days and not in front of physical paper. But I've got some physical paper right here that I took some notes on from my brain, and honestly I don't even remember what these say. I just found it in my bag this morning, and so I haven't looked at it yet, but let's look. And it's not even from that long ago. It's from like a couple days ago. So here we go. Here's some notes to self. So this piece of paper is a pretty average size notebook piece of paper. My ruler officially has run away from home, so I don't know where it is. I guess I've got to get a new one. But it's about 10 inches by 7 inches piece of paper, and the lines, it's like a college rule line spacing, and the lines are bluish gray horizontally, and vertically there's one line going down that's pinkish red. Classic notebook piece of paper, except for the lines going across aren't maybe as blue as a very, very classic school notebook. This piece of paper is very crumpled up and folded. It's been folded properly and then crunched because it was in my laptop case, and I think I put my laptop on top of it, so it's crunched and folded. Many lines running through different ways. The text is written in pencil. I used a mechanical pencil to write these notes. The first thing I see on the left-hand column, I'm going to call it, because there's that small column on the left which is divided by the pinkish red line. So there's a star, a ordinary star drawing to signify like a bullet point, I suppose. And it's a sloppy star, but it's my star. So this is in my handwriting, what I'm going to say. My handwriting is in all caps. That started a long time ago, and I don't know why. My dad also writes in all caps. My mom doesn't know. But my mom's handwriting does slant to the right, and so does mine. I don't know if I got my writing from my parents or some teachers at school. I don't really know, but here it is anyway. It's pretty sloppy, and it's sort of half cursive and half not cursive. So this first chunk of text says, paintings on small pieces of wood or wood chunks primed. And small pieces is underlined, wood is underlined, and wood chunks is underlined. And under the wood chunks, there's a line coming down to, I guess, draw my eye to a different line of text, which says abstract landscapes like ocean glow. And I guess I was thinking that I could put an abstract landscape on a wood chunk, and that's why I wanted to connect it to the wood chunks. So ocean glow is in quotes, and I can tell you because I know, because it's myself. Ocean glow, I was referring to a drawing that I did a couple weeks ago, and I titled it something like everything absorbs light except for the sea, which seems to glow. So then we've got another star on the left column again. all of this has taken place in about 10 lines. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The next star is on the 9th line. Okay, and then this star, it should be said, is much more expertly crafted than the first star. It's a pretty good star. This chunk of text says, well, there's one letter that's been scribbled out. It looks like an H or something. Not sure why I scribbled it. This chunk says topiaries / bushes in front of houses, drawings / paintings. And this refers to an ongoing group of paintings and drawings that I seem to be fixated by, of bushes and topiaries and stuff in front of houses. And lately I've been going on Google Street View and just finding random images. Well, they're random to me. They're actually other people's houses. But I take screenshots of them, and then they're my inspiration. 3 lines down, there's another star on the left. This one says, small paintings equals 1 color background and drawing on top. And then there's a little sketch, and it looks like kind of like a castle with a driveway and an arched door. But I think it might be a hedge with the archway cut out and then a house behind and a driveway. And next to the sketch, which is in like a rectangle frame, it says green, etc., red, drawing, parentheses, line, leave green blank where red goes. I know what that means, but I'm going to leave it to a mystery for you. Then there's a note regarding some light research I was doing about publishing a book. It says books equal $17.12 per book to make. I guess I got this quote from a website that I input some information, and it was telling me it would cost me £17.12 to make each book. So I would have to charge, at least that to break even, probably more, maybe £25 per book. But that's just based on that one website. I'm going to flip the paper over. On this line it says book. It says last words of everyday people, and then there's a dot next to everyday and 2 lines coming down. One says unfamous and it's scratched out, and one says ordinary. I was trying to think of titles for this book I want to make, and I was just brainstorming different ways to say regular people. I didn't want to say normal people. I didn't want to say, regular people. I think I'm going to go with everyday people. Last words of everyday people, just meaning it's not a book of last words of famous people. And because, I don't know, I would rather know the last words of everyday people, an everyday person who might be next door, or someone of my family might know them, or my friend might know them, or I might know them. Book is underlined. Also, I forgot to say that. And then on the paper, there's some mysterious smudges in dark red, reddish brown. It could be mistaken for blood if it wasn't such a chalky texture. It might be the mark of a Conte crayon or some other. It just looks like some kind of chalky writing implement. So this was my notes to self that I found in my bag this morning. I just want to tell you about my G's and my S's because everything else, well, maybe my E's. My G's I make as capital cursive G's, and I think it confuses some people, but that's fine. Usually they're able to figure it out through context clues. And my E's are like backwards threes. And I said I would say about S's, but I really just, when I'm writing fast, I do them so that they connect to the next letter. But I think I do that with my B's as well, and anything that I can carry on the line. So like T probably wouldn't work, and O, well, O sometimes will work. That's my handwriting. And that's what I was looking at. I am probably now going to work on some drawing and painting. Well, maybe just drawing. I'm more in a drawing mood today. So I'll just work on some drawings today and maybe go for painting another day. Who knows? But at any rate, thanks for being here with me. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for having me in your life. And I'm really grateful for all of you for listening. Until next time, bye.